Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we dive into the legendary tale of a drug warrior. It's gonna blow your mind. Unfortunately, fate had other plans. On March 11, 1987, the FDA dropped a bombshell: patients had to get a doctor's note before buying meds. Well, this turned Ron's legit drug sales into an overnight black market operation with a plot twist. To make matters worse, Ron's stock was empty, and finding new suppliers was like trying to find a needle in a haystack. His members were about to become human-shaped plants. The club rent was about to break him, and just as Ron was pulling his hair out, his old client Andy showed up and magically offered his place, no strings attached. This selfless support brought Ron to tears, and he thought, let's keep fighting, no more acting spoiled. He realized he wasn't alone. There was a whole squad of invisible superheroes backing him up. To save the club, Lightbulb dusted off his old man suit and bravely went to see his dad. It was like having an old man is like having a treasure. Even though Dad strongly disliked his special identity, witnessing him gradually becoming thin and haggard due to biochemical aids immediately tore his heart apart. This truly was a deeply moving family drama. Dad finally caved and handed over some cash. Talk about a financial prescription. Ron eyed the cash, probing its source like a detective, worried as a cast-aside cat. The much-needed medication hadn't arrived yet, and his physical condition was deteriorating rapidly. Ron was scurrying around frantically like an ant on a hot skillet, desperately searching for the meds. But without a prescription, they were stuck. No doctor's signature meant they were locked out of the club. Ron approached the doc, hoping for a quick prescription, but got met with a not my problem look in return. Ron saw this coming, so as soon as he walked in, he pulled a hat over the head move, classic distraction tactic. Seizing the opportunity, he swiped some prescriptions and took off to Mexico like the wildest hawk. But while he was out hunting for drugs, Lito took a nosedive. He was so weak he'd need a superhero cape to walk. Lito's boyfriend, feeling the weight of sadness, finally decided to rush him to the hospital, and that last look was pure heartbreak. Meanwhile, Dr. Matthew stumbled on some groundbreaking news. He discovered that cheetah caterpillars could spray a special antiviral goo, basically the superheroes of medicine. Matthew was over the moon and handed Ron the study, exclaiming that many studies showed AZT wasn't helping anyone now. That's a what not to take guide. At that moment, the greenhouse lights began to flicker, guiding Ron into a magical adventure. Talk about a thrilling plot twist. Suddenly, butterflies flitted in from every direction, sprinkling good luck all around. So beautiful you could hardly blink. As Ron raced back to the club, bursting with hope to share the good news with Lito, he found nothing. Lito had vanished without a trace. Panic hit him like a tidal wave. He searched everywhere but couldn't find his battle buddy until he learned Lito had been rushed to the hospital. But the hospital treatment became the final straw for Lito. The AZT injection felt like a scene from Fast and Furious. Get ready to die. Ron rushed in, but it was too late. His heart broke, and his fury erupted like a volcano. That night, Ron was utterly heartbroken. Lito's departure struck him like a bullet, deeply piercing his heart. Truly a heart-rending scene. Yet that pain ignited Ron's fighting spirit. He stopped caring about how Lon had lived and focused on battling for those who needed meds. He decided to offer free medications to those patients who couldn't afford them, even if it meant going bankrupt. After all that hustle, Ron sat in the club like a lost soul, only to be challenged by Clothes about Lito's death. Talk about bad timing. Ron was speechless and handed the AZT study to Clothes. He used to be a huge supporter of AZT, but the research tore him to shreds. Talk about a reality check. His beliefs crumbled, and he hung the painting Ron gave him on the wall like a fusion of art and politics. The next morning, Close rushed into the hospital, and his first mission, to reduce the ACT dosage time to start the rebellion. He was aware that he might get fired, yet he had firmly decided to speak out for the truth. Every single document was a lethal blow. Meanwhile, the ACT launch event was in full swing, and Ron stormed in with drug bottles like a superhero. His voice, though hoarse, was brimming with power, as if delivering a resounding slap in the face to the elites. Meanwhile, Ivo's actions drew Seward's wrath. The boardroom turned into a battleground to talk about drama. "You all must burn me," Ivo shouted, the tension thicker than a horror movie plot. When they met again, Ron simply hugged Ivo, emotions colliding like stars in space. Ron opened up his heart, stating he desired a home, a cozy place, and a normal life, a little dream that everyone yearns for. He knew that all of this was just like the stars in the sky, completely unreachable, and it was truly so frustrating. Shortly after, Ron took the pharma and FDA to court for false advertising, like a justice fight in the world of drugs. 6 months later, the case hit the court in San Francisco, with Ron representing not just his fate, but the voices of countless patients. Yeah, the court's ruling hit him like a slap, shattering his dreams. The judge sympathized, but dismissed the appeal due to lack of legal grounds. It was like a dream built on quicksand. The scales of justice tipped in favor of the powerful. It was a harsh reality check. On the way back, Ron was silent, filled with helplessness, like a forlorn wanderer. His struggle felt pointless, like drawing water with a bamboo basket, utterly hopeless. But when he opened the club door, his friends stood up and erupted in applause. Now that was a welcome. As the applause roared, this rugged cowboy smiled shyly like a bashful girl. Talk about a heartwarming scene. Thanks for your watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.